Ba weep, grana weep, and ninny bong, and welcome back to my channel. And I finally got a legacy figure in the UK. Who'd have thunk it? So yes, as I said, I finally got a legacy figure in the UK. It's been, one, pretty hard to get hold of some of these figures, but also two, I'll be honest, not many of them have piqued my interest. Not sure why, but yeah. So here we are with our first legacy review, and I am pretty happy, in all honesty. The boxes are a little bit different to what we were getting with the War for Cybertron line. We have no Perspex window here now. I can put my finger right through it, so you can touch the figure and get lovely germs all over it before you even pick up the thing, which is kind of cool. I do love this kind of blown out artwork that we have here now with the alt mode design. So we have Decepticon drag strip there and a new and improved ish, I guess, legacy Transformers, more classic Transformers logo and imagery there on the side with Takara Tomy at the top. He is a Dulux class, Deluxe class, Dulux. He's a Dulux dog, whatever you want to call it. He is 1 of 5, so we know that this dude is going to combine to form Metasaur. So cool. He's number 1 of 5. 2 of 5 has already got into some people's hands by some devious licks, so we'll check a look at that on Saturday. They also have these little cool QR code thingamabobs as well. And if I scan said QR code, then it will take me to reject. Drag strip, little cool little pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. And then a little bit of alt mode, all this kind of stuff, what his signature blaster is, skills so you can play top trumps and all that. So I like this. This is probably the best thing they've done in a while. And then you get the classic kind of tech spec thing there as well. And then we also get the fact that he transforms in 17 steps. And we get to see, yet again, Hasbro making changes color-wise to a few things. However, I'll be honest, straight from the off, I actually quite like the changes that they've made on this, which is almost unheard of for me. On the side, we get this artwork. Not as big a fan of this. I'd rather have just had this image blown up. Instead, we get a close-up on my face and then a smaller image. I think I'd have just rather have had this blown up, like I say. And then on the bottom we get the little lion, and then on the back we get don't eat your children because they have small parts. On the side we also get this nice image, I guess. So we get to see quite a few. These have all been released though, so there's no kind of hints. I guess maybe they're going to come with a Megatron. That might be the only new one. With this figure we did also get the destructions, and the destructions are pretty easy to follow. I have to say, I really liked the transformation on this figure. Doing the transformation was pretty cool, and we also got the really nice looking artwork here of him in his bot mode. All in all, not bad. First we check the box, then we check the bot inside. And now we can check the bot, and the alt mode here is cool. This is everything you get in the box. I've attached the blasters already here, and yeah, he rolls from side to side. That's pretty cool. Super shiny pipes. You can see where some of the transformation goes on. Hides it quite well. I guess this is where the steering wheel kind of is supposed to be, but yeah, this spoiler is nice. I wish it was up a little bit, but I think it does look pretty good. Only thing I really hate about this figure is the heat. Not hidden too well, but you can't see it from the side, and these pegs. I really hate the fact that they're different colours. I wish these had been black, or this one had been yellow. I really don't like it when Hasbro don't match everything up on the pegs, or when they do pegs at all. I much prefer when there's an insert that goes in there that's super shiny. I think all black would have looked okay here. The back tire looks great, but I think since the product images, I've always said that I have a problem with these two wheels. Other than that, it looks great. Not too much molded detail. I do wish, like I say, this spoiler did a little bit something. It's oversized but looks pretty cool. The guns themselves that come with it, we can just unpeg this gun here because they just have little ports in the side, same with everything else. The guns look cool. I really like what they've done here. Kind of black and deep purple. And if we bring out the box, now this is where we can start to really see the differences that we had. So if you look here on the box originally, these blasters should have been this kind of all over two-tone purple. And instead they went for the black and the purple. So you can see there, I know this is closer to the G1 version where he just had his purple blasters. For me, I'm good with this. I think this is really nice. I would much rather have the black and the purple than the all over two-tone purple. They also, while we're here, made a change to the front. So you can see that that should have been just a slightly different shade of yellow. Here we're getting more of a brown, in all honesty. However, I'm good with it. And usually I'm kind of not happy about the fact that they've changed these things. With this though, in this mode, I really like the tonal differences that we can see here. So overall, yeah, I agree with the changes that they've made, for once. This dude does also transform into Menasor. To do that, you need to separate this dude. So he has a little tab here, and you'll need to insert something into said tab, and then you can pop this section out like that, and that's how it will combine onto Menasor. I'll just remove the guns because those guns won't be there when you combine it onto Menasor, but it will combine onto the arm, click in and form part of the arm. So there we go, and it just clips back together. Doesn't come with an implement to insert here unless these guns will do it. Probably will, actually. Nope. A little bit oversized. So it doesn't come with an implement. Maybe Motormaster will come with something to stick in the middle there. But yeah. Time for the comparison then, and let's see how he stacks up against some other deluxe classes. So we can see from the War for Cybertron line the Decepticon take on Mirage, and then we can also see Sideswipe here as well. And as a deluxe, he's about the same height pretty much, but he's longer in the alt mode than both of these, just by a little bit, but he's definitely, for a deluxe, he's pretty big in the alt mode. Transformation time, and like I said, I actually really like the transformation on this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this bottom section here, untab that and untab that, so you've got something that looks a little bit like this. And at that point then the legs will just unfurl on these kind of weird hinges that go back like that, but then you can just collapse that in, and then you've got the bottom of the legs. These will just go forward because these will become his feet, and there you've got the feet. Next up, we swivel, 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 swivel. Then we can just up this section here, which will just fold up like that. We then swivel, swivel again, round like that, because this section will need to go here, and then just fold that back on itself. The arms at this point can just pop out a little bit here so that we can get some clearance, and then we can just separate this section, bring it down, separate. Come on, you bad boy. Go on, you fighter. Come on. Yeah. Unpeg that, and then this section will just collapse in on itself. With this bit sticking out, we're just going to maneuver the head out and angle these two sections here. Then this will just fold down into itself, so the engine core there just sticks out, and then those two bits will tab in. Separate the legs, and I pretty much believe we have everything. Oh, rotate this around one last time, just to even out those arms, and there we go. So here we have our fully transformed drag strip, and what an absolute little blinder he is. He's a little chunkier than kind of what the G1 representation is, but he's definitely a very nice modern take on the figure. I really appreciate what they've done with the head sculpt. I think it's really nice the way there's those subtle tonal differences, that little purple there, that red visor with the kind of more orange take here with the little purple ears, and then the silver grill. Very nice. Going down, like I say, they made that change from the yellow to the brown here around the chest, and then the super shiny chest plate that goes through. So it's not the same. Obviously we get those ones at the back, but other than that, I think it's very, very cool. As we go down the bottom, there's a little bit of molded detailing here at the bottom, which is okay, great. You know, this is the modern take. Smoother ones would have been with the more G1-esque, but other than that, nice. The arm is a little bit messy. I'm not a huge fan of the way that these just hang there, kind of. It's okay, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Coming round the back, yeah, he's a little messy. He's a little bit, look at all my gaps that I have on show. Again, this is where some of the upgrade kits are going to have an absolute field day here. I know this area did have to be really, really clean and really flat because he has to fit onto Menasor. However, it's almost like an inverted backpack that this figure has. Everything else sticks out the back, but then it's really thin and goes in at the back. It's bizarre. So not much going on apart from a load of holes. I really like the back of the legs with the way that the engine pieces stick out. I think that adds a little bit of a nice touch to the figure, and instead of just looking a little bit gappy like the rest of it. Articulation on this dude, let's start at the head. We can go all the way around on a full 360, and look at the gap that I've got in the back of my head. And then we can go all the way around, and then it can go... No, we're not getting much up and down movement here. You can go side to side, but no up and down really. Arms are a full 360 kind of, but you're really going to have to watch that rub here. I'm not really sure how you can avoid that. I would just take it to here and then take it back to about there. If you keep trying to go round and round, eventually you can see that it's going to just start to chip away at the paintwork and the plastic here. So can do a full 360, but I wouldn't push it all the way out on the arm. At the elbow you're going to get a full 360 just at the bicep, and then slightly over 90-degree angle here on the arm as well. No hand articulation at all. That is just locked straight into place. We can T-pose him and we can give him a full 360 at the hips. There's absolutely no ab crunch, but we can split him in half if we really want to. And the legs will go all the way up and all the way to the back and all the way to the side. So quite a good range of movement here on the legs. Can he ninja kick? Of course he can with big feeties just like that. The knee will go just to 90 because there's so much going on at the back. There's not much else you can do there. Toes articulate down and front to back due to the transformation as well. So articulation, we know what, he'll give you some pretty good poses, but yeah, the arms, just be very, very careful with your clearance there, because that's going to be right on show when you have him in the alt mode. Accessories. This dude has accessories, and we have already taken a look at them. These are the guns. So these guns will go pew pew pew, pew pew pew. So we can go pew pew pew, and he can go pew pew pew. He looks pretty cool with those guns. Very, very nice. These guns do also do something a little bit magical, where they will combine using those two tabs there. So we can also have one gun. I prefer him with two. So now it's time for the comparison, and again we'll bring out a couple of deluxe figures here just to see how he stands up. First of all, with Mirage, he's a little bit taller than Mirage, and then Sideswipe, he is much taller than Sideswipe. So for a deluxe figure, he stands pretty tall. So final thoughts on this drag strip and the first figure that I've picked up in the Legacy line. Nice. I think he is a pretty dope version of Dragstrip. Very, very modernized. Obviously, he won't really stay in this mode for too long for me, because I will combine him in the Menasor mode, and that's pretty much how he'll stay once I get everything. But as Stunticons go, and as versions of Dragstrip go, he's probably one of my favourites that Hasbro's ever released. I love this figure, this character, and the alt mode is one of my favourite alt modes that Transformers do. Is this the best version of that? Mainline? Probably. Would I recommend him? Yeah, why not? He has a couple of challenges, especially with some clearance issues, but other than that, I think he's a damn good figure. Go pick him up. Let me know your thoughts on Dragstrip down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright team, in a bit. Peace!